What's up, Barking family? So today's video is not a video that I want to make, but it's something that I feel like I have to make, and I didn't want to just throw it in the beginning of a haul. I didn't want to throw it randomly in a tutorial because she has been a part of my channel and a part of my makeup channel. Randomly barking because she's a nut. I'm so sorry about Penny barking. Girl! Don't put that out there. People don't want to know your personal business. As always, before we begin our Dollar Tree haul, Penny likes to squeeze a toy. She's so cute. You need a look. She is in heat. This is not porn. You so nasty. This thing's getting rated R. Girl, you need to step away. This is not working out. You need to go away. Go away. But none of them have Phil and Lil. Hey, girl. So nice of you to join us. Clean up this. Girl, ain't nobody want to know that.
Concealer, so it's thicker, so it conceals more. Penny's a bad dog.
And it's going to help us because she used to be a florist. Put the flowers together. Sorry. Hopefully Penny stops barking. Pretty funny. Hey, girl. Hey. You want to say hi to the people? Say hey to the people. I wish I could put Penny in my wedding, but she'll just bark at people for food. Monday we lost Penny, and it came out of nowhere. Penny, up until the end, was normal and crazy. Like, Penny was the craziest dog ever. I've never known any other dog in my life that had a personality like that dog. I think she thought she was human. She acted like she was a human. She acted like she was one of us. To the very end, Penny was normal. The day that she passed away, she was fine. And then later on at night, my dad found Penny lying in her urine, and she couldn't move. So then he tried to take her outside, and she used the bathroom again, and she just laid down. She couldn't walk. He tried to feed her. Penny's favorite thing is to eat. She eats like a dump truck. She wouldn't eat. He tried to play ball with her, which she loves her toys, and she wouldn't play ball. So they ended up taking her to the emergency vet, and there they did some scans and they took blood work, and it turned out that Penny had cancer. I freaking hate cancer. Anyhow, turns out she had cancer, and the cancer was bad. It was in her lungs and in her stomach, and what had happened was a mass had ruptured and pretty much started to poison her body, and things were shutting down, and the vet gave us it being poor to grave condition for Penny, and that our options were pretty much we could take her home, wait for her to pass at home, or we can euthanize her. I'm sorry that I'm crying, but at the same time I'm not sorry, because that is what happens. That's life, especially when you lose something that you love. And so Penny passed away on Monday, and it came out of nowhere. Like, nobody was expecting it. The way we ended up getting Penny was my parents had gone to just look at some dogs, and my dad asked to see Penny, and Penny had wrapped her paws around his arm. So then, he's like, this dog is really cute, and then he tried to give it back, and Penny wouldn't let go of his arm. So anyway, that night they came home, and we were actually watching some award show. I think it was like the I don't even know what it was, some American music award, something with Jimmy Kimmel hosting, I remember, and it was in 2006 in November. And my parents came home, and my dad was singing, "I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright," and he was carrying a bag of Wingstop. It was Wingstop, the like food. And we're like, why is he singing? He got Wingstop. But then we saw something furry and something white, and she was just so happy from the get-go. She loved all of us from the get-go. She was the cutest little puppy, and from then on out, she was best buds with all of us, especially my dad. My dad and Penny were joined at the hip. And, when you guys saw Penny in my videos, that was because I would go home and I would film. I was renting a room in my parents' home, and I would go home and I would film at their house, and then later on I would go to Matt. So Penny, at the end of the day, was really my dad's dog, and my dad loved Penny. They were like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like they were best friends. Penny was his little daughter. I want to talk about Penny's personality. I do want to remember it. I don't want to forget anything, and at least with this video, I'll have some clearer memories. But Penny, like I said, I don't know a dog that has a personality like Penny. I've never known a dog with a personality like Penny. The dog thought she was a human. She thought she owned the place. So, you know, I have like this picture where she is sleeping on top of my head. I was asleep. She came, slept on top of my head, and my sister she took a picture, and that's how Penny was. Like, Penny really had no sense of boundaries. She was just like, I'm gonna be here. If this is where I want to be, I'm gonna lie here. Even if your head is in the way, I'm lying here because this is where I want to be. She sometimes would come downstairs if you were sleeping or doing something and just not paying attention to you. She would just come down and smack you in the face. So she was crazy. Like one time Deja was over and I had the video. She came downstairs and she was sniffing sniffing Deja, and I went ahead and I started taking the video because I was like, what is she doing? And then she goes up to Deja's face, and then she smacks her in the face to wake her up because she wanted Deja to pay attention to her. I have this other video where I was lying down and she wanted me to pet her, and I petted her and I stopped and she wanted me to continue petting her, so she started whacking me in the face with her paw. Poorly behaved, but man, does she love you. Other things she did, like she would bark for food all the time. We could never quite get her out of barking for food. It was hard to train her to stop. We trained her how to like give her paw for food and sit down, but that was about it. And she would bark for food all the time. And sometimes, if you weren't paying attention to her, if you're eating at an empty table, she would just decide, hey, I'm going to jump on the table. You're not listening to me, so I'm jumping on this table. Then we got her out of jumping on the table, and she knew she couldn't jump on the table anymore, so then she started to jump on chairs while you were eating, if nobody was sitting at the chairs, and just stare at you. She was also a kleptomaniac. She would come into my room in particular and steal things, especially things that smelled of rubber. One year I went on a mini getaway for my birthday, and I got some rubber duckies that I had won, and they were inside of a bag, and Penny kept coming in my room for a couple of days sniffing around and just kind of whining like because like she smelled something in there, and I was looking and I couldn't find any of her toys. I'm like, I don't know what you want. Then one day she gets closer to this bag and I'm like, wait, I think it's the rubber duckies. I think she thinks the smell that she associates with her toys, like rubber or latex, whatever it is, she's associating it with the rubber ducky, thinking that the rubber duckies are her toys. So I put the bag down, and one by one she starts stealing rubber duckies, and I went to her bed and I made sure that I got the rubber duckies. I made sure that I got this that she stole from me. This is a toy. This is a toy we bought for our nephew, and Penny smelled it in the bag and just took it upon herself to take it away. I had the picture of her walking around with this in her mouth, and it was almost as big as she was, but she stole it. I also took this lamb chop. I bought it for her recently. Lamb chop, and she decapitated her. She took the squeaky out of lamb chop and decapitated lamb chop. Sometimes she'd sleep like a human. She'd come partly under the blanket, then come out slightly so that part of her body was in the blanket, and then the rest of her was like near a pillow. When we would take her outside for walks, she would like pee a little bit here and there. It's like she saved her urine up so that she could pee a little bit here and there to make her walks longer. Penny was she's just a big character. You know, people lots of times after they get a dog, they're like, I'm never getting another dog, because it's a very hard thing to go through. You know, you lose them so fast compared to everything else, and they love you unconditionally. It doesn't matter what you do, and then they do something bad and you like forgive them so fast, because first of all, like Penny, you know, she would do something bad and she knew she did something bad, and you'd be like, Penny, and then she would just kind of coward walk away, and then you'd be like, Penny, you weren't supposed to do that, and she'd just flip out her like back and do this, almost like playing dead at the same time, but she would just want you to rub her belly and like forgive her, and then she'd just be like rubbing her head on you. She knew she did bad, and my point is just like, you would forgive a dog way faster than you would forgive any human that crossed you. One of my favorite videos, and I'm going to share with you guys this video, my parents had just moved into this house, and I was setting up the filming room, so they gave me the downstairs, and Penny had came down near me, and I was giving her a tour of the area. And it's so funny because she literally was walking around like I was giving her a tour. Like, I showed her one room, then I showed her the other room, and she just came around and she did the tour with me. It was just like a little human who came to check it out and then left. And it's just the cutest video.
Welcome you came to visit me from downstairs? Welcome to my shoebox. Not much going on. It's pretty dirty. Would you like a tour? Here, come here. Come follow me. Right here. Look, Penny. This is my closet. And right here, this is where adults and humans use the bathroom. Ew. Why is there toilet paper in there? Okay. Welcome to my bathroom. Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye. Oh, bye. I said bye.
I posted about Penny passing away on my Instagram page and I got a lot of comments, and I just wanted to say thank you here for all those comments. I'm telling you, I can't reply to all of them, but I read every single one, and they do really make me feel better, especially when I see the ones where it talks about how you guys knew how much I loved Penny, because if you guys saw it, I hope that she felt it. I hope she knew how much I loved her, and I know she did. But especially at the end, I really, really wanted her to know how much I loved her. I really wanted her to know, and I pray that she knew. And I really do pray that dogs go to heaven and that I see Penny again one day, because I want to. I just love her so much. I love her like so freaking much. Like, ugh, I hate it so much. And I also just want to say thank you for the comments that I know are going to come in from this video. I know I'm going to have, you know, your condolences and stuff, and just know that I appreciate it. And again, I can't respond to all of them, but I read all of them and they do make me feel better, especially during this time, you know, like we already dealt this year before Penny passing. We dealt with my cousin dying from cancer, and then we dealt with Matt's dog dying from cancer. Matt's dog, I never shared it on this channel. She passed away from cancer 3 weeks after our wedding. Before our wedding, my cousin passed away, and then Penny passes away, and it's just like one on top of the other. I was so excited for Penny to come to the house. I have a big backyard, and I was so excited to have Penny see the backyard, because Penny loves just roaming, and so I just was excited to have her come over, and you know, it sucks. Any crappy day that I had, you go to Penny, she made it 10 times better, and that's what I love about dogs. Thank you for making it 10 times better. I'm gonna miss you so much. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. Enough of my crying. I love you guys. Know that I love you guys. And you know, I might not, it's like, I know it's a hard thing to put your mind around, that somebody you never met could love you, and you just say, oh, I love my subscribers, and I don't think you guys understand how much you guys have changed my life, and how much you guys make my life better, and how like much comfort I find in doing these videos and interacting with you guys, and you guys interacting with me. It gives more meaning to my life and purpose to it. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys, and thank you for loving Penny just as much as I did. If Penny was around, you probably hear her off camera growling or doing this with one of her toys. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you. Bye.